Fear, when people are afraid, it builds more hatred.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that. We want to break them barriers down. You know, we're not going to allow that to happen.
Yeah, of course. But who's panning these sort of, these thoughts? And you know what? We know who it is. It's the media. They're the biggest brainwashing tool out there. Half the stories that come out of is a load of rubbish. I mean, they've been caught so many times in the media of lying and stuff. And I think they're the ones that influence people. They're the ones that influence people's thinking. People should just go out there and meet people. Don't read the newspaper and think, oh, yeah, everybody's the same. No. Actually, go out there and meet people. Meet people like me. Meet people like Shahid. He's a big lump. He's a massive, like a grizzly bear. He's huge. I'm not joking. Meet people like us.
Doner kebabs.
Yeah, meet people like us and we'll tell how it is. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot. We won't bother with you, but we won't judge you by the colour of your skin or what religion you follow. No way. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot. It's simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
Let's look at some of these comments. Right. I would tell my son we all start and finish life in the same way, so don't let what people believe in get in between that, because we are all the same. I'd sit them down and ask them why, what their reasons are, and I would try to educate them. That's an unfair and wrong assumption. Take them so they can meet other cultures. Great answer, Ryan. Yep. I mean, education is the way forward, of course. I will teach my kids about different religions and them we are all the same, so we wouldn't come home and say that to me.
There's a question there by Gary Kelly. He says, hi guys, would you blame religion, the good books, for some of the problems, as some people live by their good book? Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't blame religion, me personally, in itself. Yep. The religions don't preach hatred and don't preach all this negative stuff. It's us, the people that follow the religions, and we misunderstand the interpretation of it, and we are the ones that are at fault. I don't think the religions are at fault, because all religions basically, especially the monotheistic religions, they all preach the same thing. About respect and tolerance, and there might be some people that sort of misinterpret that and may sort of try to use that to glorify or to to sort of make their actions seem legitimate. But I wouldn't necessarily blame religion. No, not personally. I wouldn't anyway.
Okay, let's go. Aaron Bobby Elvis. That's a nice name. Aaron Bobby Elvis Davis. Is that his real name? Was that just? I don't know. Anyway, I was bullied by a gang of Asians at school for years, to the point I tried to kill myself. Flipping out, man.
That's sad, that is.
But I don't hold a hatred torch. It's a live life. As when it's over, it's over. That's sad, mate. I'm sorry to hear that, Aaron. I mean, I don't want to apologise because I didn't do it, but I feel for you, because I got bullied at school for being Asian, and I know what it's like. And it's not a nice thing to be bullied, especially when you're in a school predominantly that's lots of Asians and stuff at school, and you're the only white guy, for example, or whatever. It's not a nice thing, you know what I mean? But
I think the good thing about it, look what he says. He says that I don't hold any hatred.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's being a bigger man, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So you got that's respect for that.
Absolutely, Bobby. But Aaron, not Bobby. Hi guys, I'm white British. I don't have a religion. If my son was ever to come home and say he didn't want to mix with Muslim children, I would educate him on how the Muslim religion is peaceful religion and are good people. We have to educate the young. Yep, Angela, she comes to us for Christmas and New Year, and my daughter goes to her family for Eid and best of both worlds. Okay, people fear terrorism, which is the brand. Yeah, that's true. Matt,
we all fear terrorism.
We all do.
Yeah, I'm scared of terrorism.
The biggest victims, you're knocking it over again. They're going to go nuts, I swear. Sorry, radio station, he keeps knocking it over. That's their own live feed, and he keeps knocking it over, but it's only... I don't know, I can't see any people on it. Anyway, we need to remind the people. You're covering us now, look.
You need to remind the people about the bus thing that we're doing on
Monday we're going to St Matthews on the bus. Now the bus has got PS4 station, PS4 things. We're going to engage with young, hopefully Somali youth, and try to engage them and say how British they feel, are they British, and we're going to ask loads of questions and stuff. So come along, we're going to be parked outside the St Matthews Sports Centre. So anyone listening, please come along and join us. 5ish, about 5 o'clock. Anyway, let's go. Carry on with this. Worked in Somalia area for the last 14 years. Alhamdulillah, no grief from anyone. Okay, I agree with him. Help them. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about there. India and Britain first, Tracy, are the main culprits to racism. I don't know about that one. The work you do in Leicester is self-promoting in social media. I haven't seen much of our local media helping us, which is a great shame. Matthew says, Noughts and Crosses, the book we are teaching the boys at school. Check it out. I don't know what that is. Noughts and Crosses. I used to play that game. It's like on a piece of paper, you do noughts, and there's like 9 boxes, and you just, I don't know what that is.
I
Anyway.
don't know. I didn't spend much time in school, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, he's taking photographs of us now. I'm Scottish and find racism crazy. We all went to college years ago and everyone was into music and politics. I find things have changed drastically over the last 20 years and I seriously blame politics and social deprivation. Yep, sectarianism is to do with religion. Anyway, in Scotland I generally see no massive problems. Maybe I don't look hard enough and have become blinded by life. Yes, I blame politics. Yes, I do blame politics. Yeah, and people got no money. When people got no money, what happens? They want to point their finger at somebody else. If they see someone else doing well, and especially from a different culture or race, they'll point their finger and say, oh look, they got more money. It's just natural jealousy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And because they haven't got no money themselves, and that hatred just builds, doesn't it? And what happens is, they'll say, well, we still got our nationalism, we still got our pride, and they seem to attach to that nationalism, don't they? And I think what happens with deprivation and with austerity, nationalism rises. You got what I mean? So, for example, in Europe, there's been an increase of nationalism in different countries, which is not a bad thing as long as it's not racist nationalism. I mean, I'm proud to be British. You're proud to be British, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear it. You know, you sort of paused for a second. I was getting a bit worried. I think he was falling asleep while listening to me waffling.
I was drifting a bit then.
Yeah, you listened to me waffling, weren't it? Okay, so
I just want to say that Scotland's a really nice place. You know, have you been there? Yeah, I mean
it's a bit grey, but yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's really nice.
You know what I mean? Will Jones, the first black man I ever met over 40 years ago, came to live with us in North Wales because he needed a place to stay. So my dad said, "You can stay with us." How cool was that? 40 years ago. Wow. Brother, parents as well as teachers should teach their kids that we are equal and racism is wrong. Good, one for one and all for all, and we are all equal, whatever your current religion. Okay. Let's carry on with your story. So you joined this gang called the Lynx, yeah? What happened after the Lynx when you disbanded? What did you do next?
Well, you know, the usual sort of story, you know, just trying to get a job and obviously not having any education, so getting a job wasn't that easy. So just floating around from jobs, from work and here and there. And I think that's when I sort of decided to sort of, you know, start to discover my religion. I wasn't really a practicing Muslim at the time. I had a Muslim name and all that, but I didn't really know much about my religion. And then I started to, you know, learn more about my religion, started practicing, starting to mixing with other people, and that was quite interesting. You know, I think that was the kind of the changing point in my life from the street life to becoming a bit more, you know, sort of, you know, intelligent and being a bit more responsible. And I got married, had a couple of kids, and then that's it. I was just sort of working and just living life as, like, you know, as normal as you could. I think things really turned around for me was in 1992 when I was given a video about it was called the massacres in Bosnia and Croatia. It's quite a long story. I won't go into all the details, but you know, in a nutshell, what happened was I saw this video. Yeah, I was really emotionally overwhelmed by it, and I felt I had to do something. And I joined an aid convoy that was going over to Bosnia to take aid into Bosnia. I went along with them. When we got into Bosnia, you know, I was handing out the aid and the food and all that sort of stuff. But what I saw there kind of overwhelmed me. You know, when I saw what was going on, when I heard the stories, when I saw the kind of atrocities that people had suffered, it was really emotionally overwhelming for me. And I think with all that emotion and with all the sort of stories I was hearing, I felt that there was more that I had to do, and I couldn't just, you know, give out food and whatever. I had to do more. So I decided to stay in Bosnia. I joined the Foreign Fighters Brigade of the Bosnian Army, their Mujahideen wing, and I was in Bosnia for a couple of years. During that time, between 92 and 98, I also travelled to other conflict zones around the world. I was in Afghanistan and Kashmir, and in 98 I was in Yemen.
So I met, let's go back to Bosnia. I remember I met a mate of mine. I was going to the football match the other week. About 2 weeks ago, we was at home I can't remember. We have so many games. And he told me about Bosnia. He was a soldier there. And he told me that he had nightmares after this, right? I'm not going to say what happened because it was a horrible story he told me.
Angela's saying that we need to come to Scotland to do some tours of the schools. Well, Angela Reid, if you can facilitate that, then definitely. Why not?
I can't see it. Anyway, you're on that one. Okay, yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, I'd love to do that. I'd love to come back to Scotland and have a bonny time. Anyway, he told me his horror story and it stayed in his mind for 10 years. He couldn't sleep properly for 10 years after seeing what he saw in Bosnia. I mean, lovely lad, you know what I mean? But it affected him so much because the British soldiers could not do anything to help. Yeah. Their hands were tied. And he saw so many atrocities there. It was a nightmare. It was horrible. But anyway, I don't want to go into depth about what he saw because wars are just a horrible thing. Because the worst thing about wars, women and children get affected. They're the ones who get affected. Us men, we can handle it. If we die, we die. But women and children, they're the real victims of war. They're the real victims of war.
It's always the civilians that suffer.
Yeah, the civilians always suffer. It's a horrible thing, and I hate war. To be honest with you, I really hate it. I mean, anyway, let's look what Rachel says here. She says we are all very lucky to be in Leicester and to be so integrated with my children. I have many friends from lots of different faiths and nationalities. This is such a positive thing. We are blessed. Absolutely. I see problems in the Middle East being caused by politics, not religion. Media keeping people divided. A dick is a dick, no matter what colour. John, I love your colour. I love your colourful language. A thingy is a thingy, no matter what colour or faith they believe in. If someone is nice to me, I'm nice back. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same, mate. I'm the same. First time I've ever seen you go live. Thanks, guys. We'll do this more often. Good. My daughter goes to 90% Muslim school. The children are products of their adults' education. Generations upon opinion are laid upon the child. A lot rebel as it's a new generation. Bless the child.
Are we going to be? Someone's asking. Are we going to be doing the bus thing in non-Muslim areas as well?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to go to an area which is in Leicester, which is called Neverall. Hopefully, we're doing that as well to engage with the white community there. That's an excellent idea, Kashan. Yes, it is. Great. My daughter's group of friends were all Asian, and when she joined senior school, very nice girls. Was happy she settled in school life and great friends. Christian Muslim get along together. That's how it should be. North and Cross is a great book by Mallory Blackman. Okay, I'm going to have to read that. We hate Derby. We're playing them soon. Oh, no. What? He's on here giving me abuse and he's coming to the studio. Unbelievable. Don't go to me, all right? Don't do that shush business, all right? David, don't even do it. Anyway, we live in Luton. The only time there are any tensions is when those Britain First muppets or EDL idiots march around inciting it. As soon as anyone responds, their cameras come out, and yes, absolutely, I've been saying that for many, many months. They'll give you abuse. No, Britain First do. They give you abuse, and when you react, they put the camera on.
Yeah,
look,
it's all
they're all
stage,
violent.
isn't
Look,
it?
yeah, of course it
it's
is.
stage managed.
And they say, "Oh, Muslims are violent. Look, they're all violent. Oh, look at them, look." And the masses fall for it.
But what you got to remember now, you see, now look into that. See, these groups are not just, they haven't just sprung up out of nowhere. There's a plan behind them. There's people that are orchestrating them, that are organising them, that are funding them. They're not just a bunch of yobs. Yeah, they want people to think that they're a bunch of yobs, because that way you think, oh,
what do you mean they're being funded and organised?
You see,
who's doing that?
If you go back a couple of years, yeah, when this whole sort of thing started up, yeah, all the focus from the government was on the Muslims, extremism, terrorism, and all that sort of stuff. Now, the Muslim community was saying, hold on, you need to be fair about this here. Yeah, there might be some issues, but what about the far right? Why aren't you looking into that? And we were told by the government that, no, there is no far right issue. There's a couple of, dodos here and there, just, jumping up and down, a couple of lager lads, but nothing to worry about. We were saying, no, you do have to worry about that, because they are there, they've always been there. And now you can see that all of that has come out into the open. And the climax of all of that was when the far right, that far right supporter killed the MP, Cox.
Lovely woman, do you know? Really nice woman.
I mean, he was a hardcore Britain First, supporter.
Yeah.
And look, he killed a serving MP. That's never happened. Muslims
never
did
did as
that.
an act of terrorism because he was motivated by politics, wasn't he?
Of course, it's an act of
but
terrorism.
the media say it's not terrorism.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is that was an act of terrorism. He did it because of his, ideological belief.
Absolutely,
so we now need those same millions and millions of pounds of taxpayers' money. That same impetus, that same sort of aggression needs to be pushed now towards the far right, because these guys are killing people. They're killing MPs.
Remember the guy who killed the nail bomber guy? I forgot. He did it in London. Yeah. He killed a few people, didn't he? Did he injure him or kill him? I can't remember. It was a few years ago.
Yeah.
But he did an act of terrorism. But he's just a madman, a lone madman. No, he was motivated by politics.
I mean, look, again, this is not about religion, and it's not about the color of your skin. People need to understand this, and I know, judging by the comments on the Facebook here, that people understand that, but there is that minority out there that always want to conflate this whole thing with color of your skin. It's religion. Look, take the color out, take the religion out. A bad person is a bad person. A criminal is a criminal. Yeah. Doesn't matter what religion it comes from. Obviously the media love to sort of throw that around. When there's a white paedophile, his religion is not mentioned, his community is not mentioned. Yeah, that's it. He's just, or if a white person does, an act of terrorism, it's always, well, he had some mental issues, or he was